artwork is going to be on display at the Smocks and Jocks event at the Super Bowl in New Orleans this week. It's former Bills punter Chris Mohr joining us. And I got to tell you, man, I didn't peg you for a woodworking artist. I remember passing your locker and seeing pictures of deer that you hunted out in the woods. I've seen that, but I didn't peg you for this, Chris. Where did this start?
I'm not quite sure. It's sort of, I don't know if I stumbled upon it or, me and Jesus were just great carpenters. No, I'm just,
Yeah.
And that's where the similarities end.
That's right. But seriously, I've always loved woodwork. At building stuff and I had a fence building company for a while, and so I ruptured both bicep tendons, and I said my body's getting too old for that. So, and I sort of wanted to stay in the woodworking realm of it, so I started doing little pallet furniture stuff, and that's probably when I first couple years, because that was pretty popular back then, back in the late 90s. 2000s, and it sort of evolved. We bought a place on Smith Lake here in Alabama, and it has this unbelievable driftwood everywhere. This lake, particular lake, is the deepest lake in Alabama. It's 300 feet deep, and it's the third cleanest lake in the nation. It's the number one. It's the cleanest lake in Alabama. But there was some facts that I learned here recently, which doesn't surprise me. But anyway, I don't know if all that has anything to do with it, but there's a ton of driftwood that has, they have different formations, and so I just go and see what I see what I can find, and sort of look at it and say that could be this or that, and you never know actually what they turn out to. I don't know if I sent Steve this. I have one that looked like a eagle holding something in his mouth, sitting on a tree with his wings out, and it sort of looked like 47, and I actually I have to send it to Steve, but it's unbelievable the resemblance of some of these things and what they look like. It's like
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it's like they take on a new life. Like, instead of disintegrating, I'm helping it live on somebody's wall, forever. And I've done a ton of crosses. That was what I really started doing at first were crosses, and then started seeing different things and different pieces of wood, and it intrigues me. That right there is the one I gave the Dabo Swinney when he broke the all-time coaching record at Clemson. I think it was 166 wins, and you can't really see it on that picture, but I burn in the Clemson logo and the 166 on there too. It's pretty cool. And actually, Dabo, who's from where I live now, was in town, and I had told him about the cross. I said, next time you're in town, I got something for you. He calls me. I'm out of town. I was like, but it's at the house. Then he can give it to you. Well, he went over there and he sent me. He FaceTimed me about. He loved it, but he was having a good time with me not being there. But he took pictures of him going on the plane, and then when him and his wife with it. So it was neat, and I enjoyed doing it.
How did you get involved with the Super Bowl stuff and the socks, the Smocks and Jocks kind of thing? Yeah.
Well, you get these emails every year about stuff, and I really never looked at that particular one until I started doing, this type stuff, and I just ran up the flagpole. To be honest with you, a couple of years ago. Actually, this is my third year of having something in it, and I was just doing it for giggles, and then I got an email back saying, "Hey, yours has been chosen for to come to the show," because a bunch of them don't actually go to the show. They
Right.
they're auctioned off online. In fact, I got two things that are being auctioned online, and then that one particular one will be actually at the show. And but they really do a great job. I went to one in LA too, and it was it was real fancy. Was it Vegas, Las Vegas, and LA, but the one in Vegas was really nice too. it's a nice catered cocktail, like fancy art show.
Nice.
Sevy, I was all about those.
yeah. The cocktails and all the fancy stuff. Yeah, I got you.
I got to ask, Chris. So, what are the common tools you're using? Are you using like wood grinder stuff or spinning tools? Power spinners. You know what I'm talking about? The bevel tools and that kind of stuff.
It doesn't look like you're using a chainsaw anyway.
Yeah.
Well, some of them I have to cut down. Some of them are thicker. Well, I'll cut them down to where I can handle them. But you're right, Chris. I don't use much. I mean, I've been through a ton of sanders. I use they make some neat attachments that go on drills that you can get into the special little nicks and crannies, of it.
Yeah, I got you.
Right.
But majority of it's just that, just sanding. There's a lot of sanding that takes place, believe me.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you find out if you've got the winning entry? Are you going to go down there and kind of be there for the final results, or how does that work? Or is it just a display thing, or is anybody getting handed a blue ribbon?
I don't know if there's a clear-cut winner. I think it's just all these items are up for auction. So
I got you.
These are going to be on display, so you can go up and sign a sheet of paper. Like the starting bid on this, I think it's like $225 or something. And so whatever it always goes to the charity.
Right.
Very nice.
Are you headed down to New Orleans?
Yes, I'm going. I had gone ahead and made plans in hopes that the blue and red would be down there, but we got screwed by the officials again. So
you and me both, bro. Listen, Grit, you're preaching to the choir. What are your thoughts?
I had Music City Miracle throwback nightmares.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Or as Wade called it, home run throw forward.
I can't believe nobody. You just didn't hear much about it in the press either.
Yeah, Goodell, I guess, was asked about it yesterday, and what does he think about a bias of officiating towards the Chiefs? And he said it was preposterous. So
yeah. Watch who sings this weekend, and you'll see why they won. If I had to guess.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard that?
Heard what?
That Taylor Swift was gonna sing.
No, I haven't heard that.
She's not the scheduled halftime entertainment.
World, listen, Crick, you know this. In the world we live in, you hear lots of things that don't have any merit.
I know, that's right.
Yeah. All right.
So what are you working on now? What's your latest project that what washed up on shore that you've got in the shop now?
I was just working on a cross for one of my neighbors.
Okay.
I've been telling them I'd get him one. I got a really neat piece that's probably 7 feet tall.
Oh.
That is already naturally, when I found it, it was already hollowed out. I'll send you a picture of it so you can check it out. I hadn't done anything with it yet. I'm still trying to figure out what to do because it's rather large.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, maybe a table or something, even like a credenza kind of thing. You got to get into the furniture. Then you really start selling them big. Then you get really big price tags.
Well, we got to, before we let you go, got to wish you good luck. Hope all that stuff works out well. Congratulations too on being a grandpa again. Good for you.
I appreciate it. Number 3.
All right, man.
Good to see you, Chris. Congrats on the notoriety for your artwork, and glad it's going to a good cause as well. Well done.
All right, guys. I appreciate it.